James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to share and celebrate this beautiful wine with you today. It's a red blend coming from Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, Canada. Stay tuned for this review. Huge fan of British Columbia, Okanagan Valley red wines, and of course white wines too. And I say that specifically because I think this region is really pegged as being all of Canada. It's just ice wines. It's always cold. Well, that is simply not true. I think this region, Okanagan Valley, has worked extremely hard. This wine continuum, the state of wine is simply this. There are a lot of producers around the world. There are a lot of regions around the world. But it's really up to the regions to come to the marketplace to say, here's what we do. Here's our quality wines, our artistically driven wines that we are bringing to the marketplace. So I think of Okanagan Valley, it's just a tremendously amazing region. In a short period of time has done some great things. What was happening in Okanagan Valley prior to 1976? Simply this, a lot of hybrid grapes were in the valley itself. And that was because it was thought simply it was just too cold. You couldn't do things like a Pinot Noir, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon. As it turns out, you really can, and it does get very warm, and it does able to, develop these wine grape varieties. Of course, it does Italian, it does Iberian varieties, it does Bordeaux, Burgundy, and so forth. And I think that's a region that's really come to understand what it can do and it can't do. I think ultimately it's a region that has understood that it can do quite a bit. And when I look at the red wine grape varieties, it is one where it's the aha moment. Because ultimately, when you think of ice wine is fantastic. So I never believe in bringing down, propping up one category of wine to bring down another. I don't do that. But what I would say is simply this. When you look at ice wines, what is an ice wine before it's iced? Well, simply it is a wine grape variety that is not picked. And ultimately, before then, it is something else. It is a dry wine until it's decided to, hang out until the summertime. This producer, I think, does such a great job. Sandra Oldfield is the winemaker on this wine right here. She's since retired from winemaking, but still is the CEO of this company. So I have a hat, which I absolutely love. And I'm not going to wear it during this video because, it's just kind of hard to wear it inside and also do this wine video. But I love hats. And I said, when I get a hat, I'm going to put it right on this video because that's what I like to do. So here we go. And I wear my hats all the time here in San Francisco and anywhere I go. Tinhorn Creek. Now, this is from the Oldfield series, again, for Sandra Oldfield and her husband. So this is 2Bench Red, 2010 vintage, BC, VQA, Okanagan Valley. So Vineyards Quality Alliance. 14.3% ABV. Back panel for your inspection right here. Now, this is one producer that you can get in the United States, and I'll put more information down below on how you can receive that from the direct-to-consumer company. Now, I think this is a really fantastic wine, and I think, for the longest time, there's actually quite a number of producers in BC, as well as Ontario, Canada, and their wines never make it south of the border. A lot of requirements and so forth, but all wines across, any country border is always hard to import. So that's part of it. But if it were so impossible, we would never even get the ice wines in the United States. And guess what? We get them. This wine right here is 41% Merlot, 21% Cabernet Franc, 24% Cabernet Sauvignon, 4% Petit Verdot, 14.3% again, 18 months in French oak. And so I think this comes together and creates a remarkable wine, a fantastic wine. It's not a wine that I would ever say, oh, it's good for Canada. No, it's a good wine in any sense of the word. It can hold up to any, say, restaurant or on-premise or off-premise or any expectation that anyone might have. Is this Napa Valley? No, it's not. Napa Valley is Napa Valley. So again, that's not to bring down one wine region in place of another. I think they each have their place in the sun, shall we say, and can shine on their own. And I think Okanagan Valley, and I really bring this up because, first of all, I think it's one that has worked very hard, and yet doesn't have that recognition in the marketplace outside of, say, BC and maybe in Alberta, Canada. It's even harder to get in other parts of Canada. But ultimately, I'm an optimist. I think you're going to see many more Canadian wines, still wines. You'll see in the future, you'll see the sweet wines, the ice wines, and you'll also see the dry wines as well. So, scent characterization, flavor profile, and the point score. So, on this, I'm doing using my large format Bordeaux glass because I want some oxygen in here to really, give me the characteristic notes, to register them with me, so to speak, and to give me the fullness of what I'm experiencing. So, on this, I'm getting notes of red, black, plum, cedar, dense forest, cardamom, allspice, crushed leaves, and a hint of leather. Next is the flavor characterization, then the point score. So notes on this wine include blackberry, black cherry, violet, hint of bay leaf, cinnamon stick, pepper, and thyme. I give this one a 9.4 out of my 10.0 scale. Think of this as 94 points out of 100 points. So this wine is available in the United States, direct to consumer, from a California-based company, and that is distributed throughout the United States, at least for those states that receive wines from California. So $26 for this bottle of wine. I think it's a complete approachable price point. And so what you get delivered to this wine is great quality, artistic, driven wine, as I like to say, and really handsome, gorgeous, polished wine. Again, 9.4 out of a 10.0 scale. Stay tuned for more. And do me a favor, give a like to this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. So let's stay connected. I'm on a variety of social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. Thank you so much for watching me today. Stay tuned for more. Salud.